Imagine attending a protest for 2 hours. You go home, the protest ends, but your face may continue living inside a system for weeks, months, or even longer. You may never know who searched it, who copied it, or when it was deleted. And unlike a password, you cannot reset your face. This is not a future scenario. At Jantar Mantar in Delhi, police van was already scanning a live crowd. Its software placed green boxes around the faces, compared them with a police searchable database, and displayed a face accuracy score. Delhi police says the goal was to identify known criminals and maintain law and order. But every engineering team should actually ask, when a system scans thousands of people to find a few, what happens to everyone else's biometric data? The van was called Ikshana. It had 8 faces cameras, giving it a 360 view. Live footage was reportedly passed through facial recognition software. The software converted each face into a digital template and then searched for a possible match in the police database. So this system was not merely recording a crowd, it was turning the crowd into a searchable data. Now comes the first danger. A possible match is not a confirmed identity. In a 2022 Right to Information response, Delhi police said a similarity score of 80% or above was treated as positive. We do not know whether that same threshold was used here. We also do not know whether non-matching faces were discarded or what happened after someone was flagged. But even if a correct match does not solve the privacy problem, because the real risk begins after the match. Reuters reported that police were also noting Instagram handles of people arriving at the site. Now connect the pieces: a face, a social media account, a location, a date, and the people standing nearby. One protest can become an attendance history. Several cameras can become a movement trail. Repeated appearances can reveal associations, friendship, or a political activity. There is no public evidence that all of this happened at Jantar Mantar. But these are exactly the secondary usage engineering team must prevent before the data even exists. Some protesters told the Indian Express that they covered their faces because they feared being profiled or having footage reach their families. The system did not need to arrest them. The possibility of being identified was even enough to change their behavior. Could this affect a government job application? Could a future employment background check flag me simply because my face appeared in a police facial recognition record? Even if I was never accused of any crime, the available evidence does not show that these outcomes happened. But the protester did not know that either. Then comes the retention problem. A senior police officer reportedly said that there were no specific data retention guidelines being followed at the protest. The officer said footage might be needed months later, making it difficult to say how long it could also remain in police systems. A person may attend one protest for one afternoon, but without an automatic deletion date, temporary surveillance can become permanent infrastructure. And permanent databases attract 2 types of threats: misuse from inside and theft from outside. A password breach isn't dangerous, but you can change the password. If facial images or biometric templates are exposed, the identity behind them cannot be easily replaced. It has to exist in the architecture. This is why privacy cannot be added after deployment. It has to exist in the architecture. Reuters reported that India has no dedicated law governing police use of facial recognition. The hardware supplier CP Plus said it supplied the equipment, while operation use and databases were completely handled by police. But key questions remain. Were non-matching templates deleted? Could a vendor access historical data? Were bulk reports exports blocked? Were searches logged? The issue has now reached the courts, with petitions seeking disclosure, deletion of data belonging to people not accused of crimes, and safeguards for facial recognition at peaceful assemblies. Police says the system was used to identify wanted criminals, not to restrict anyone's freedom. So what should engineering teams build differently? First, collect the minimum data required. If face does not match a lawful target, discard the template automatically. Second, separate systems and permissions. Camera operators should not automatically access identity databases. Social media record our historical data. Third, encrypt the biometric data. Restrict the vendor access and alert on bulk searches on exports. For more real AI incident investigated from an engineering point of view, subscribe to NextGenQA. Every week, we break down what failed, why it failed, and what engineering team should build differently. Because the frightening part is not only that AI can recognize you, it is that the recognition can outlive the moment and travel farther in you and enter decisions you may never see. You can replace a password, but you cannot replace your face.